AmaRharhabe Queen Noloyiso Sandile has been laid to rest at Mngqesha Great Place in King Williamstown. She died after a short illness at Cecilia Makiwane Hospital. AmaRharhabe Queen Noloyiso has been laid to rest today, and Aviwe Mtila is there right now at the Great Place. We know the procession went well a little bit earlier on, and you managed to speak to one of the princes there, Aviwe, and he did say that they will make a particular announcement a little bit later on. Any new developments?
Yes, certainly, Tony. That announcement was who will take over as the king of AmaRharbe. You understand that the late regent Queen Noloyiso Sandile, who's been put to rest today, in fact, was ruling over 42 senior leaders, traditional leaders, and 300 headmen over the last 9 years, ruling in an acting capacity, of holding the fort for the 20-year-old son until he came of age. But that announcement has been made, Tony. And I'm just going to catch up with the Prince earlier on, who did in fact indicate that they'll be making that announcement by the end of the day. Prince thank you for joining us once again at eNCA. But you've just announced hardly 10 minutes ago that the Crown Prince Jonguxolo will be taking over as the king.
Yeah, that is correct. What we must all remember or know is that the late King Mngqesha Sandile and the late Queen Noloyiso were fortunate, to be given by the Almighty 2 kids, one being the daughter AmaRharhabe and the son Jonguxolo. Jonguxolo has now come of age. If I'm not mistaken, he's close now to his 30s. And we're of the view that we can't delay anymore. You remember that when his father passed on in 2011, he was supposed to take over. But because we felt that he's too young, we decided as the family that the Queen should act as the Queen Regent. It is unfortunate that the Queen is leaving the position in this manner. It was not our choice to take him out of the position, but death has totally removed him from the throne. And we don't want to have any other person who's going to act. Hence, we have decided that Jonguxolo should take over the position as the king of AmaRharbe.
Now, of course, the funeral is still underway inside here at Mngqesha Great Place, and the Queen has been hailed for really bringing the AmaRharbe nation as a whole, just basically doing good for the AmaRharbe nation. I understand in 2016 she filed for the nation to be recognized as its own kingdom. What's expected of Jonguxolo Sandile, the new king now?
What is going to follow now is that there are government processes. Now that we have informed the nation that Jonguxolo is going to take over the seat of kingship, there are government processes I've indicated wherein there will be papers that will be submitted to government tomorrow to the Premier. Premier will then forward those papers to the President, and the President will have now to endorse those papers that Jonguxolo is the king of AmaRharbe. It's then that government will be able now to give him tools of trade for him to be able to do the work.
So, the new king is 28 years old. You are elders, among the elders that will be guiding him. But what do you expect of him as the king of AmaRharbe?
First and foremost, kingship is based on tribes that have made that kingdom. It is not only a tribe that can constitute a kingship. Kingship is constituted by various tribes. When you look at the AmaRharhabe situation, the AmaRharhabe kingdom is constituted by various tribes. You have AmaHlubi, you have AmaMfengu, you have AmaXhosa, you have AmaBhaca, you have the Khoisan. All those you find them within this kingdom. Then, therefore, he is the one who is in the helm, who should guide them, taking from what his father did, or even the late mother, which is Queen Noloyiso. You'll go back to the late kings, Abo Velile, Abo Bazindlovu, Obo Mlawu, Abo Rharhabe himself, wherein they tried to bring everyone together. There must be peace, there must be food, there must be development. So all those things are in the shoulders now of Jonguxolo, who must see to it that there's no poverty within this kingdom. And there's respect. Crime should not take place, but you know that each and everyone, when he gets an opportunity, he'll commit a crime. But we are fighting against crime, against corruption, and we are fighting against anything that is anti towards human kindness.
And then just lastly, we see the proceedings are still going on well here. We see a number of dignitaries. The Premier is here. How do you feel as the kingdom, and as especially from the Xhosa kingdom, seeing the funeral of the late, the Regent Queen Noloyiso Sandile going along?
We are happy, much as it was a given that they have to be here. It's us who has put this government into power, and they must do as we tell them. When I say do as we tell them, I mean we, the people of this country, have put them in the positions that they hold, and they are the ones who are holding the purse of this government. They are the ones who are holding keys for everything that this government is doing. We are people of culture, tradition, and custom. It's one of the things that we must see to it, that they are respected. We are happy that you'll find that, be it national or each and every provincial government, there is a department of culture or arts or sport. So those are the pillars of this country, including the Department of Agrarian Reform or Agriculture, because when people are hungry, when there's no food, you can't expect a nation. People might leave you and go to other kingdoms and form part of those kingdoms because there's poverty in your kingship.
Thank you very much. That is the family spokesperson of the AmaRharhabe nation, Prince Khandi Sigcawu, who made an announcement earlier on that, in fact, the new, the Crown Prince Jonguxolo Sandile will be taking over, not in an acting capacity, but as the king of AmaRharhabe. You'd understand that the now late Queen Regent was holding the fort for his son in an acting capacity up until he came of age. He's 28 years old now, and you understand that the late Queen was in fact leading 42 senior traditional leaders as well as 300 headmen, a responsibility that will now be taken by Jonguxolo Sandile, the king of AmaRharhabe.
But of course, Avi, this still has to be confirmed by government.
And government is here, in fact. Premier Oscar Mubuyane is here, in fact, and he's the one that will be signing those documents. You'd understand, just not so far away, even from here in Ebatembu, there, King Dalindyebo, those papers have been signed by Premier just to affirm his position. You'd understand there was another battle of the thrones there between King Welekaya Dalindyebo and Prince Azanati. Prince Azanati not wanting to let go of the throne, as we understand, but the Premier has intervened, in fact, reaffirming that Prince Azanati is no longer acting, and now King Welekaya Dalindyebo must be brought back into the throne. So it is with the responsibility with the Premier that will sign those papers, making them official. But he is here, and he heard the announcement from the AmaRharhabe family, putting the son in place, saying that King must take over. Jonguxolo Sandile, I beg your pardon, Sandile must take over as the king from his late Queen Regent mother.
All right, thank you so much, Avi Mtila. They're reporting for us those new developments.